store manager at Safeway.
All right. Thank you, Bruce, for giving us a moment of your time. So it's just going to be about 5 questions. And starting with, if you could state what is the difference of the cost, or does it cost the store more to provide organic products for the customers?
Yeah, it does. Although the cost structure is changing so that the cost of organic goods is becoming more comparable to non-organic, so the cost structure is getting better, but it's still a little bit higher.
Okay. Okay. So you mentioned that the cost, it seems to become a little more comparable.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you say that is?
Well, it's like anything else. I mean, when the demand of a product reaches when the demand becomes enough, people want it more, then the producers tend to gravitate more towards producing that type of product, and eventually drives the cost down. So
absolutely, that's basic economics, right? All right. Do you notice? Has it been over the last year, or have you noticed any change like that on the demand of organic food?
Well, I think the area that we live in is a little bit different from other areas. I think the demand has always been here. We are, as a company, starting to recognize it probably more so in the last 5 years, I would say, in overall. Although the demand for organics in Santa Cruz has always been high, that's hence Staff of Life, New Leaf, etc. So.
And is in regards to the meat that is provided, chicken, seafood, or beef, where do you guys purchase that from? Do you know where it comes from? Meaning, does it come
meat in general, or just by category?
Let's go by
beef.
Category.
Our beef is mostly Midwestern beef.
Winter getting colder, summer getting warmer. Tidal wave come across the Mexican border. Wide back gallon is cheaper by the barrel. Just don't get busted singing Christmas carols. That's us, that's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Okay.
That's about as specific as I can get.
Midwestern.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last question that we have is, so we have a variety of stores in Santa Cruz. What would you say, being that we are obviously in a budget and eating while having a lot of high costs of education, what would you say, why would we choose to shop at Safeway versus any other foods in town?
Well, having been a college student many, many years ago, when we had to eat spaghetti and ketchup as that was our main meal at night, I would say that Safeway would probably provide you with your best value in this area. Especially the corporate brands, or select brands, and the Lucerne brands, things like that. They're as good a quality as any national brand, but we don't have to advertise those products. They're available only in Safeway, and they're sold at a substantial savings. So I would say that you should shop here because you get more value for your money. You're paying less for as good a product. So.
Okay. Manager of Staff of Life.
Manager of Staff of Life. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time, Scott.
You're welcome.
So starting off with, does it cost the store more to sell organic products versus?
Typically, yes, especially in produce section. Typically, organic produce will cost more than conventional produce. I think you will probably find that 90% of the time.
Have you noticed a change in demand for organic food, and has that changed the cost?
I think the change in demand happened some time ago, but I would say it started early 2000s, and the quote organic buying population started to change a little bit from not so typically, your what you thought of as people who ate organic foods as, maybe slightly on the hippie, side or something like that. It became more conventional for, your typical conventional families to start caring about what they're putting in their bodies, and the choices that are out there started to increase.
Cost changed with that demand?
Yes and no. You know, it's like any other business. The more people want it, the more the cost can go down. But if the supplies are limited, then the cost will go up.
Just the Santa Cruz store, is that
One
correct?
independent store, yes.
Okay. Is it hard to compete with the larger food selling stores around here?
It's challenging, but you have to be aggressive. We've been here a long time. We have definitely carved a little niche in the community. We have a solid following people out there that will come to Stafford Life and support us. When Whole Foods moved in, there was some concern how we're going to do. Here's one of our regular customers right here. She's coming in to buy some wine. You don't have to sign a release or anything. So, it definitely requires to up your game a little bit. But like I said, we've got a strong local following.
All right. So as far as meat, you guys sell both beef, chicken, and shrimp.
Yes.
Where do they come from? Where do you guys purchase?
They make a strong attempt. In fact, I think they make a 100% attempt to get, meat, say beef that is free range, organic. There's a lot of categories out there. Just because something says it's free range doesn't mean that it's, happily strolling around in California and eating the grass talking to the other cow, There's levels of practices. Factory farming is one of the most horrible things that exists in this country, I personally think. So we don't go after anything that was what we would consider factory. We do have organic beef, natural beef. What they will say is minimally processed. That's a really broad term. But everything as far as poultry is either organic, free range, and we definitely research the farms they come from, to make sure that there's not, cruel practices going on there.
And it's all from the U.S.?
Yes. Oh, yes. The meat industry is a tough one.
So, the main part of how we started this project is we chose a list of a certain amount of items, and we came here, went to Safeway, and went to Whole Foods, and checked out the price of the same item with a little bit of leeway on it.
Okay.
And as far as price ranking, Stafford Life came in second, Whole Foods being the most expensive, Safeway a little bit cheaper.
Gotcha. On the exact same item?
They weren't exact same brand, but we tried to get as close as possible.
All right.
So, being that we are college students and on budget, but also being conscious,
Just teasing.
and still trying to be health conscious of how we eat.
Absolutely.
What would you say? Why should we shop here versus shopping at Safeway?
Well, you're going to find healthier products here first, and we have a very aggressive pricing scheme we use. We buy a lot in huge quantities, so we can get to the prices, and we pass the savings on. We can get to the lower prices on products here than in a lot of other places. Plus, this is the coolest place in town. That's why you want to come. I don't want to Safeway, Whole Foods, big chain, Whole Foods is a big, shiny, brand new vehicle.
But you're the reliable Volvo,
we're the
right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, Whole Foods has great things to offer. Safeway has stuff. And we're like I said, we're why do you come to Santa Cruz to come to UCSC? Because it's a great school. It's in a really cool town. It's got things that, it's like, for all the reasons that you want to go to UCSC and to come to Santa Cruz are the reasons why you want to come to Stafford Life. This is not a commercial for Stafford Life, but while I'm here.
Yeah.